Welcome to the Unstandard Podcast. I'm your host, Andre Givenchy. I'm a multidisciplinary strategist/designer and the founder of Sagern. Let's get to it. I'm a big believer in the concept that if we truly believe something to be true, then it will be. This seemingly simple concept has the power to completely transform your life and the way you view the world around you. Imagine for a second that you're growing up surrounded by well-meaning adults who tell you how the world works. They paint a picture of life as this predetermined path. Get a job, start a family, save some money, and try not to ruffle too many feathers along the way. It's a comfortable narrative, isn't it? But here's the thing. It's also incredibly limiting. Now, I want you to imagine something else. Imagine you're a fish in the ocean. For years, you've been swimming in the same current, following the same school, believing that this is all there is to life. But one day, you catch a glimpse of something shimmering above the surface. A whole new world you never knew existed. That's the moment of realization we're talking about today. This aquatic epiphany isn't just about seeing a new world. It's about understanding that you have the power to swim in any direction you choose. You're not bound by the currents or the patterns of those around you. And just like that fish discovering the world above the waves, once you break through the surface of your perceived limitations, you'll never see your ocean the same way again. You see, there's a simple truth that most people never fully grasp. Everything around us, every invention, every institution, every societal norm was created by people who were no smarter than you or me. They just dared to think differently, to challenge the status quo, and to believe in their ability to shape the world around them. Let that sink in for a moment. The smartphone in your pocket, the social media platforms you use every day, even the very concept of money, all of these were once just ideas in someone's mind. Someone who decided to look at the world not as it was, but as it could be. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Andre, I'm not a genius inventor or a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. How can I possibly change the world? And that's exactly the kind of limiting belief we need to break free from. Just as our metaphorical fish didn't need to be a flying fish to discover the world above, you don't need to be a tech prodigy or a billionaire to make an impact. Change starts with a shift in perspective. It begins when you stop accepting the world as it is and start seeing it as a canvas for your own creativity and innovation. It's about learning to swim against the current when necessary, exploring uncharted waters, and maybe even teaching other fish to see beyond their bubbles. Think about the problems you encounter in your daily life, the inefficiencies at work, the challenges in your community, the global issues that keep you up at night. These aren't just inconveniences or insurmountable obstacles. They're opportunities for you to make a difference. They're your chance to create ripples that can turn into waves of change. I remember when I first had this realization, I was working a 9-to-5 job, feeling stuck and unfulfilled. But then I started to look at my work differently. Instead of just following procedures, I began to question them. Why do we do things this way? Could there be a better approach? It was like I had suddenly grown gills that allowed me to breathe new life into my stagnant environment. That simple shift in mindset led me to propose new ideas, streamline processes, and eventually start my own business. And let me tell you, the feeling of creating something that improves people's lives, even in a small way, is incredibly powerful. It's like breaking through the surface and realizing you can not only swim but soar. But here's the real kicker. Once you start seeing the world this way, you can't unsee it. It's like developing a new sense altogether. You'll start noticing opportunities everywhere, and more importantly, you'll start believing in your ability to seize them. Your ocean becomes infinitely larger, filled with possibilities you never imagined before. This isn't about becoming an overnight success or changing the entire world in one fell swoop. It's about embracing a mindset of possibility and taking small, consistent actions towards creating the change you want to see. It's about learning to navigate new waters and helping others do the same. Maybe you'll invent a new product that solves a common problem. Perhaps you'll start a community initiative that brings people together. Or maybe you'll simply inspire others around you to think differently and dream bigger. Whatever your path, remember that every ripple you create has the potential to become a tidal wave of change. The point is, you have the power to influence your environment, to build things that others can use, to leave your unique mark on the world. And that, my friends, is what makes life truly exciting and fulfilling. It's about turning the vast, seemingly limitless ocean of life into your playground of possibilities. Now, I'm not saying this journey is easy. Challenging the status quo often means facing resistance, dealing with setbacks, and pushing through moments of self-doubt. But remember, every great innovation, every positive change in society started with someone who dared to think differently. They were all fish who dared to look beyond their schools and explore new depths and heights. So I challenge you today. Look around you. What do you see that could be improved? What problems are you uniquely positioned to solve? What ideas have been brewing in your mind that you've been too afraid to pursue? These are your uncharted waters, waiting to be explored. Take that first step. Start that project. Have that conversation. Plant that seed of change. Because once you realize that you have the power to shape your world, you'll never be content with simply existing within it again. You'll be too busy creating waves and riding them to new horizons. Remember, the world is not a fixed, immutable thing. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving creation that's waiting for your contribution. So go out there, challenge assumptions, break boundaries, and create something amazing. The world is your ocean, vast, deep, and full of undiscovered wonders. What will you bring to the surface? If you enjoyed this episode, share and subscribe for more. See you next time, but until then, sending you love, peace, and creativity.